All right, here we go. We have Ben Bauer versus Michael Heron. Ben B versus Mike H. And we will get started. Both players playing land, and here we have the little guy that could, off of an Ink Moth Nexus. Mike fetches for, I believe that is a Savvy Triumph. So hard to tell. All right. So an Urza Saga. Put a counter on the Skittles. And a Leyline Binding from Mike. Gonna take down the Flying Boy. And we will get a pass back to Mike. Mike will play a Steam Vents tapped. And here we go. All right, so Value Cascade into Wrenn and 6. Let's see what he wants to do. Looks like he bought back one of his fetch lands. Back over to Ben, who puts a counter on the land and then plays Arcbound Ravager. And are we just attacking here? Can't quite see what's in Ben's hand. Yep, an attack, and that will take down the Wrenn and 6, pass back to Michael. All right, Wooded Foothills. And a pass back. Let's see what Ben has in store here. Trying to figure out whether what we want to do with this Urza's Tower. Do we want to make a creature? Probably. Ben still at 20. So pretty decent shape here for him. I'm not sure what that card is that he got. If anybody in chat knows, please feel free. All right. There's a Hardened Scales in play. Alongside Shadow Spear. All right, Ben in the tank here thinking about what he wants to do. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. We do appreciate it. If you are in the St. Louis Metro East area and want to check out our 22,000 square foot gaming facility, come on down. We're in Fairview Heights at 49 Ludwig Drive in the fabulous Fairview Heights, Illinois. That is, I believe, a hangerback walker. A pretty foil alt art. One thing, you know, about modern players is they love blinging out their deck, as we're going to send the squad. Everybody that can attack will. Charlotte's Agent, going to look like we're going to block the big boy. Oh, nope, never mind. Arcbound Ravager. Gonna get to eaten. And a fetch for Mike. He will grab Ragran Triumph. And I do not have audio, so I'm not quite sure exactly what they're saying down there. Alrighty, looks like Mike is ready to untap. Maybe not. Yep. All right. Mike has seen enough, it would appear. Ben gonna take game number 1 in pretty decisive fashion. It's kind of what Hardened Scales does. It's, you know, not many aggro decks. Not many aggro decks left in the modern format these days, but Ben doing a great job there of really getting in, devoting to his game plan and pushing across the damage. Mike was kind of on the back foot the whole match, or the whole game rather. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Like I said, if you are in the St. Louis area, in the Metro East, please come on down. 22,000 square foot. We have a 24 setup. 24 setup. PC setup, LAN center in the back. Alongside, we've got D&D. We've got Necromunda. Other tabletop games such as Warhammer. We've got a ton of board games. It is a fun time. If you play Commander, we've got probably 15, 20 Commander players out there tonight, alongside of our 11-person Modern tournament tonight. We play Modern on Fridays here at Impact Gaming Center. Players are looking like they're sideboarding, so let's head back down to the battlefield area. Really enjoy both of these players' playmats too. Holy smokes. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, so it looks like we are shuffling up, drawing our hand. Unfortunately, it looks like Ben is going to take a mulligan. Both players in game one mulligan to 6. So Ben going back down to 6. Looks like Mike, though, keeping his 7-lander. Both of these guys very familiar with each other. Very regular modern players in the Metro East area. I would almost even go as far as saying they're probably friends. Ben looking like he's taking another mulligan. Oh no. So down to 5 for Ben. Not great, but he did win game 1, so there is that. That definitely helps. All right, looks like he's keeping this 5. Got an Artbound Ravager. Looks like 2 Urza Sagas, and I can't make out the 2 cards that are in his hand. Mike gonna play a Polluted Delta. Inkmoth Nexus for Ben. Mike down to 19 from the fetch land here. Both players played last week. I would go as far to say as both of these players are regulars here on Friday nights here at Impact Gaming Center. We're going to go with a Wooded Foothills for Mike and a pass back over to Ben. All right, pass back. All right, so Patchwork Automaton is the name of that card. It has Ward 2, and every time you cast an artifact, it gets +1/+1 counter. Mountain and into a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Is going to make a Goblin Shaman token for Mike and a pass back. Ooh, he's got the old school, nice Goblin token. Love to see that. Meanwhile, back on Ben's side, he'll play another Urza's Saga. Looks like he's got a Agatha's Cauldron. And he will cast Agatha's Cauldron, which will put a +1 counter on Patchwork Automaton. Hangerback Walker puts a counter on. Played it for free. Bring it back. Oh my gosh. Whew, so good. So a swing here. Down to 14. Fable gets another counter, and looks like we'll discard a Marsh Flats and another land that I can't quite see. It's like a Triome. And what did we draw? Didn't quite see it, but taps his Triome. Ooh, pick your poison. All right, this is a new one. Don't know what modes, but I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. Ben's gonna activate the Inkmoth and sacrifice it. So that'll give us, he picked sacrifice an artifact. right, Misty Rainforest. Gonna take Mike down to 13. Gonna grab a forest. Man, they sure don't make it easy for commentators with these new lands and all these different versions of cards. There's a Kavu. Untaps for Ben. So now the Kavu is the biggest creature on the battlefield. Going to just have to sacrifice the Urza Saga. What do we want to go grab here, Ben? All right, little flying boy coming down. Get some evasion on the battlefield. Not a bad idea for Ben. And there's Arcbound Ravager, which will put a counter on Patchwork Automaton. And we're just going to sacrifice straight away. Growing the Ravager. Been in the tank here. I mean, a lot of decisions to be made. A lot of decisions. Do you want to sack everything to Ravager? Like, granted, he's only got 1 mana. He will activate Agatha's Cauldron. Brings back the flyer. And attacks with Patchwork Automaton. Down to 8 goes Mike. All right, untap and draw for Mike. What did we pick up? Looks like a land. Looks like a fetch land. Looks like a Misty Rainforest. All right. And we will flip our Fable into Kiki-Jiki. Not quite Kiki-Jiki, but reflections of Kiki-Jiki. So, from Michael's hand, it looks like we got Misty Rainforest and 3 cards I can't quite make out. There's Misty. Tapping 2. That is Molten Collapse. Secret Lair. So he's destroying the Arcbound Ravager here. Ravager will hit the bin. And Ravager will move his counters over to the Patchwork Automaton. And Mike just going to say go. Again, that Kavu doing a good job of blocking and making it so Ben can't really attack. He can start to now, but Ben back to having the biggest creature on the battlefield. And here comes that flyer, that pesky little flyer, right back for Ben. See how Ben wants to use his Cauldron. He could bring back Arcbound Ravager, potentially. Ben still at 20. I don't even think he's taken a point of damage this entire match. So we have an activation of the Cauldron and then the Tidebinder coming in to stifle, quote unquote. It'll counter the activation of Agatha's Cauldron. Meanwhile, move over some counters back over to Patchwork Automaton. And I think that means that Mike is scooped him up. All right, yeah, so it looks like Ben did get that one in a clean sweep. 2 games to none. Ben taking down Mike with his Hardened Scales deck over 5-color Omnath. So he improves to 1-0. Mike tonight, unfortunately, will drop to 0-1, but we have plenty of action left. Please stay tuned if you're watching this live on twitch.tv/Impact Gaming Center. If you're in the area, come on up. Play some Commander. Play some games. We're open till midnight tonight. And if you're in the St. Louis area and want to check us out, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, of course, Twitch. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, we will be getting set up for the second round momentarily. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we will catch you on the other end of this short break. All right, everybody.